Seriously. The fact that I couldn't pretty much get to a checkpoint where I can travel, where it's easier to get here and not out in the bloody freaking cold. Eh? Huh. Wonder who turned this on. Ooh, pretty. Oh! Hey there, everyone! This is Trick1195 here, and, sorry if you couldn't really, see me fully, but, this is the best that could be done. But, yeah, I am here to give another shout out. This one to a very good friend of mine, or as you guys would have actually have guessed, it's basically to Rosefang, aka my sorta kinda twin sister, but not really. You could say, we're sisters of different breed, sisters of different blood. I guess the proper term would be soul sisters. Well, I guess I'll just pretty much say this. I never would have thought I would be able to meet someone who had a lot more in common than I had thought. Seriously, we found a lot about each other, and it's just crazy. Some that are coincidental, or things that we just click with each other. I will pretty much say, I describe her as my version of the Lost narrator because, hey, somewhat similar attitude and such. But I will pretty much say this. She's basically the type that will take crap from no one and will basically call you out if you basically were to do anything hurtful to her friends. And trust me, you don't want to have her be pissed off. It's not at all a good thing. But I will pretty much say this. She's really understanding, she's patient, and more importantly, well, she basically knows that you accept her. As do I. Seriously, if there's anything I will have to say is, she may have her weaknesses, and I can understand that. She had funny stories, that's for certain. Heck, she even had her own entitled People story. Sorry about that. I'm gonna pretty much say she definitely knows how to be strong at points. And for those who have seen those types of videos, where you have seen it, it's clear that she is basically that strong of a friend you just don't seem to realize. I will pretty much say this. I don't regret it. If anything, she's actually treated me far more better than, well, those who I assumed that I thought were. No matter how much you try, or how much generosity you tend to give, that could be taken advantage of. And that's something I'd never want to see anyone being had by. And she basically wanted to be sure she wasn't taking advantage of me, but thing is, there was nothing about her that basically made me think that. She's reasonable, patient, and I just noticed that there are some things that can make her go, oh shit, and basically find things that are humorous. Trust me, I've seen it. And it's just great. And if there's something I have to admire, is her sense of maturity. and how much of a struggle that's gone through to get to the point where she is. And I will pretty much say this. For someone who basically did their art on Microsoft Paint, my gosh, she does a really damn good job. I want to pretty much say, be proud for what you do. And especially if you plan on doing your old art and making them updated and new, freshening and such. That's something I have to admit. I mean, she did nice. She basically did some nice art for me and others too. And I'll pretty much be clear. When we do trade arts, it's always pretty much fun to do. Because, hey, she surprises with whatever comes to her mind. And that's something I have to admire. She's very good at designing outfits, and especially when it comes to colors and sceneries, and heck, she pretty much writes a lot of dark stories and such. I know it's a common thing, but if there's something I have noticed that I have to admit that's really impressive is the types of stories she makes and the timing of themings. And, well, I will pretty much say this. At least, they're not pretty much Mary Sue's. Or full-on overpowered self-inserts. I pretty much have basically noticed that what she does with her work is interesting. Especially with themings from shows or games. That's something I really, really admire. And again, what's to be expected? And, well, guess I could just gotta say this to you, Chelsea. You've practically been someone I could pretty much just talk with whenever it's basically either something random, something to vent with, or anything really. And I thank you for standing up for me and for others. Because I wouldn't know what to pretty much say or what to do if I didn't have anyone that basically had my back, and I appreciate that. And I'm glad to basically be around there for you, as well as Edward and the others. It's something that you should be proud of. And I know that in the future, things will indeed get better. I pretty much will honestly be clear about this, people. If you have someone like that, someone that you hold dear to you, and they in return basically share the same, then that's a true loyal friend to you. Well, we'll say this. The Floof Queen will always find approval in things. And if you make her mad, well, you don't want to have that wrath coming on you. Because she can be scary. But, don't worry, she's mostly chill. Till then, everyone, I will see you all later.